in this section. Let's see how he does. Give it up for Fraser Wilson!
Hey, what's up? So, my name's Fraser. I'm from Surrey. Of course I am. Look at the state of me. I genuinely, I live in where I live in Surrey. In Surrey, we grow up in fear of two things. Okay, we grow up in fear of badgers and the NHS. Okay, and that joke is no longer funny because they proved that badgers can't give you TB. Right? Yes. So I'm a student. You can identify that from two things. You can identify that because of what I like to call a beard, but it's actually some fuzzy felt I found in a bin. And the fact that I have slightly more money than the average Greek island. So, any Greeks in the room? Cool, pay your taxes. I'm kidding. Get your parents to pay their taxes. No, don't know where that went. Greece colouring book. Okay, right. I'm at the University of Salford. Is anyone in from Salford? Anyone in at the University of Salford? I would, for those of you that don't know, I would tell you the level of education that we get, but I don't actually have any colouring books with me, so I just have to pretend. What do you do? Art, colouring book. What do you do? History, colouring book. What do you do? Maths, colour my numbers. Hey. What do you do? IT. Well, Microsoft Paint will have to do. Salford is a wonderful place. Salford is, you know how in every student village in the world has iron bars across ground floor windows in student villages, right? Salford, first, second, third and fourth, right? Salford Tourist Board, give your burglars a challenge, right? That's what it might as well. I like Salford because universities in general, because it's where all the mad shit happens. You go on a night out, and I tell you, there is genuinely nothing funnier than watching a student vomit on a badger, right? The funnier bit was because he thought it was a dog and went to pet it, right? He was like, hello. And this badger could not have given a shit. He didn't even break stride. He went and carried on with his day. Could you imagine the conversation that badger had with his missus when he got home? Just, hi honey, how was your day? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. We're moving. Again. This is really weird. So, this is, whatever happens tonight, this isn't going to be the worst gig I've ever had. I once had a gig where there was a man and a dog, and the dog walked out whilst I was on the stage. And then the man stood up and said, Fraser, you're shit. And said, look, Dad. Go and get the dog. This is the last time I'm doing a gig in our front room. This is a man, right? This is a man who's, right, his new favourite hobby is he goes around car parks and he rips the O's and the R's off Mini Countrymen. And I know this is a visual gag because it's funny. Here we go. Never mind, forget it. That's not a funny joke. Never using it again. This is a man who says things to me. He says, Fraser, you should reach for the stars. And I say, why? And he says, because if you miss, you'll die in the bleakness of space, and no one will ever miss you. Love my dad. This is a man. I'll give you one more. This is a man. He, when we got tickets to the Paralympic Games, right? We got tickets to the Paralympics, and the announcer comes on the TV, and he goes, and the next event will be the T-34 field, right? And my dad genuinely went, yes, tanks! Couple of history buffs in the room, I like it. We didn't get tanks, we got a midget athletics team, and there's nothing funny about them, so that's the end of that joke. I recently got in a little trouble at home because I shat on the patio. So, for a bet, I didn't do it for free. That would be ridiculous. That would be... Fraser, do you want to shit on the patio? Yeah, all right, fair enough. So basically, I suffer from Crohn's disease, which is basically my digestive system is completely fucked, right? So you know when you fart on a lighter at school, you know when you find out and it goes poof, right, and everybody laughs, right? Basically, mine's got a half-life of 500 years, right? I could toast a marshmallow at 5 feet. It was incredible, like this. So basically we wanted to discover if I also had explosive turds, and it turns out I do. So we cleaned it up, and we haven't told Mum yet, so that's fine.
Fraser Wilson beats it for. Give it up for all those acts. We're going to have an interval. See you shortly.